Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here again with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, got the Mini 2. This will be my third flight of the day, my third flight ever with the Mini 2. I'm out at the Snake River Canyon on November 5th, so this is kind of part 3 of a series of videos. What I thought I would do this time, the first flight, we took it out over the canyon and had some problems. Thought I was going to lose the drone, but we ended up getting it in, returned to home, and got it back. And I'm not even sure what happened, but that's part 1. Part 2, we took it up and we had a nice flight over the canyon. We talked about the drone and everything that it brings to the table. But this flight, I've got my third battery in there, and I thought I would take it up and try out some of the quick shots and maybe even potentially shoot some panoramas and kind of mess around with some of the parlor tricks that this drone has. So I think we should quit messing around and let's get this drone in the air. We're shooting in 4K 30 frames per second. I'm starting recording now. The drone is all fired up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and hit takeoff. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the drone definitely has a little bit different tone to it than the original Mini. And like I always do, I'm going to bring it in here for a good close look. And we'll rock it back and forth here a little bit. We can probably get closer than that. That's you can do that with DJI drones. A lot of drones you can't do that with. Okay, so we did. I'm going to do a little different droney this time. I kind of went kind of sideways over the, or kind of north over the canyon. This time we're going to go kind of with the sun right at our back and kind of southwest. So reverse and up now. Get that rule of thirds going for us here. And let you guys take a look at the side of the canyon here. This is just a spectacular place to fly a drone. And you can see where I was standing there. Pretty cool place. If you've never been out to Dedication Point, I can say I can recommend it. I'm looking at the FPV here and I'm seeing some smoke on the horizon there. So I don't know what that's about. Hopefully it's not any kind of an uncontrolled fire. But let's throw this guy into sport mode, and let's bring it right back over the top of us here. Well, first let's back it up some more so that we get a little more distance, and you guys can get a little bit more of an idea of what we see here in the canyon. Okay, and I'm going to drop the gimbal for just a second so you guys can see the river down there. And there is the Snake River right there. And we're going to pick that gimbal back up really quick. And a little overshot it a little bit. And we're in sport mode. We're going to go full stick forward now. And let's see what we can get up to here. And the drone, we should do pretty good because the drone should have the wind at its back. And yeah, it's doing pretty well here. Almost up to that 16 meters per second advertised speed. 15.9 I saw for a second. Yeah, there's 16 very briefly. We got 16. And why that GPS weak signal, I have no idea. We should be good. So we're going to go right over the top of us here. Keeping that stick forward. There we are. Pick the camera back up. And let's just go out over the desert here a little ways. And there, I'm going to yaw around so you guys can see that smoke that I was talking about. Don't know what that's all about. Like I said, I hope it's nothing serious. Okay. And again, I need to adjust the yaw settings on this. I am in sport mode, but boy, I am just barely turning left here, and it's really yawing right around. Okay, let's come right on back, and you can see as soon as I put the stick forward in sport mode, it tilted forward, so that's why you saw that camera tilt. That is not uncommon for a drone like this. And yeah, it's going to come right over the top of us again, or a little bit to the left of us. And boy, I can hear the drone going. Hopefully you guys can hear that on the mic. Sounds good, and boy, that drone is moving. Okay, I'm going to ease off on the throttle here, and we'll yaw around again and come back, and let's try some quick shots. We're already down to 71% battery, so me and my heavy throttle hand kind of messing around here. So let's reduce some altitude and bring it back. Yeah, we got that weak GPS signal again. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so there I am down there, and I am trying to look right into the sun looking at the drone here, but let's bring it in a little closer. Okay, so we're gonna have to let's put it back into normal mode, and we're gonna have to stop recording here for a second in order to access the quick shots. So I'm gonna click on that little, looks like a film strip at the top there, and click on the little quick shot that looks like a film reel, and that gives us our quick shots. So let's do a droney real quick. We might as well do the maximum. It'll do up to 120 meters. So let's pick that, and let's see. I probably need to get closer because it's not lighting me up here. So I'm going to bring it in a little closer, and it should. Yeah, it got me there. Pretty close enough. Let's go ahead and hit start, and it'll count down here. And on 1, it'll execute a droney. And just like the original Mini, you'll see that white circle going around the red X on the right-hand side of the screen, and that tells you the progress that the drone is at in the whatever intelligent flight mode you're using. I can see we're burning up some battery, so you know, like I said, I like keeping that throttle down. So maybe I didn't need to do a 120 meter one. We're almost there though, 80–90%, and it will return to its starting spot, which I like. I know some people object to that. I don't. So let's let it come on back, and as soon as it comes back, we'll try another droney. Maybe we'll do the rocket next. We'll just go right down the list. So claim 31-minute flight time with this drone. I guarantee you, the way I fly, I will never get 31 minutes, but if I get 20 to 25 minutes out of a battery on a drone like this, I'm happy, and I'm sure it gets all of that. Okay, we're back now. I'm going to straighten it out just a little bit, get in center of frame, and we're going to click on that droney icon, and we're going to go to the very next one, which is rocket. And I should be able to highlight myself. And I didn't pick a height, so I don't know where it'll go here, but let's go ahead and click start. And what it should do is come over the top of us and gradually point the camera down and just essentially go straight up. Like I said, this guy's just full of little parlor tricks. Yeah, I must have been on one of the shorter ones, which is fine because we didn't need to go too far up there. So again, it'll return to its starting point. It's interesting hearing it come down. Hearing the ESCs adjust those motors. So it's almost in its spot, and it's picking the camera back up. This is just really neat stuff. I like the intelligence that DJI builds into these drones. So we're going to go to the next one, which is circle, And there, let's see, well, yeah, so circle, so it'll do an orbit. We can pick clockwise or counterclockwise. We're gonna go clockwise, and let me highlight myself there. And it's got me, so we're gonna go ahead and click start, and it'll do a nice 360 here. And it starts, and if it's like the original Mini, it'll increase its speed as it makes its arc, as it goes around. One thing I'm going to warn you about this drone is that it does not have any kind of obstacle avoidance on it. Boy, and it's moving now. It really is increasing speed. Yeah, almost 6 meters per second, 5.5 at least. If you're near a building or a tree or something, just be aware there's no obstacle avoidance. So you could, in these intelligent flight modes, you could run the drone right into whatever it is you're looking at. Okay, so we're going to bring it a little bit closer and down here a little bit. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I'm going to drop and you can see it was putting a plus sign on me there, so maybe I need to be even a little closer yet. Yeah, so that gives me the plus sign. So we're going to go into helix now, and I want to do a maximum on that helix, 120 meters. So we're going to click that, and we're going to highlight me, and we're going to click start. And what it will do is it'll essentially do a corkscrew. It will increase in distance and height and rotate around us all at the same time. If you were trying to do this shot manually, I can tell you it's difficult, because you're trying to yaw and bank and raise in altitude and increase the radius all at the same time. And I can just tell you, a hack like me, in fact, I know I couldn't do it manually. So that's what these quick shots and the intelligent flight modes will do for you. So we're halfway through here. We picked a long one. Boy, I just love this when it goes over the side of the canyon there. That's a great shot. Is that a beautiful shot or what? 75%. And you know, I can tell you that this Mini 2 holds the point of interest better than the original Mini did. I can just see that just by looking at it here. So again, it'll return to its starting point. And as soon as it gets back, we'll try the final one, and it's the new one that they gave us with the Mini 2, the Boomerang. Boomerang's pretty darn cool. Basically, it does an oval, raises, and then lowers back in altitude again. So it's almost here. Pretty close. I'm going to back it up just a little. Get kind of in center of frame here. So we're going to click again where it said helix there, and then we're going to click on Boomerang. And it's just going to do, and we're going to do a clockwise boomerang, and it's going to set its own distance and radius. So let's click start. Oh, excuse me, I forgot to draw a box around myself. Got that. And clicking start now, so it'll count down and off it'll go. So I've never done a boomerang with the Mini before, so there's always a first time for everything. And it is increasing its distance and height, and it will begin as it comes back. It'll drop in height again and close back in. Hence the name Boomerang. It comes right back to where it started. So that's all the quick shots that they gave us with this drone. Let's go back into video, and I might as well show you the different the settings. I'm not going to change anything, but in 4K you've got 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. And I always shoot in 30 frames per second. I know some people like 24 because that's kind of a cinematic mode. When they shoot movies, they typically shoot in 24 frames per second. Then you have 2.7K, just like we had with the original Mini. And again, you got 30, 25, and 24. And then 1080p will get you all the way up to 60 frames per second. You can go from 24, 25, 30, 48, 50. I didn't see that. I didn't know about that 50, and 60 frames per second. So, you know, 60 frames per second I think is only something you would need if you want to capture slow motion. Typically 30 frames per second for most any normal video is all you need. So let's go ahead and start recording, and we're going to back up, and let's we need to take some panos. So let's get back out over the canyon while we still got some battery, and we'll take some pano shots here. Let's get out there a ways. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to pick up the camera so we get just a little bit of horizon. Maybe a little bit, back it up just a little more. Yeah, there we go. And let's try a pano here. So I'm going to stop recording. And we're going to go click on again on that film strip, and at the very bottom there you see pano. And I am not familiar with all the ones that we have here. Well, we got sphere. I don't want to start with that. Let's do a wide angle first and start. And I think that shoots 9 pictures, and then should automatically stitch them together. Yeah, and now I don't know if there's anything that I have to do to get them to stitch together, because I'll be honest with you, I was so anxious to get this thing out, I didn't read those instructions yet, but it should tell us here. And then let's do a 180, but I'm going to yaw around to where we are looking at the Snake River itself. And in fact, before I get off of that wide angle, I'm going to do a wide angle shot here. So we're going to do that again. And I believe it'll auto stitch them together for us, but we'll see. And let's try a 180. Well, if we're going to do one, let's get a little different view here. Let's look the other direction. So this one will be looking into the sun a little bit, so we'll get some reflection off of the river. And in fact, I'm going to drop the gimbal just a little. And yeah, let's try that. 3 pictures that should take. Well, it took more than 3 pictures. So did I have it in the... No, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was so it definitely took more than 3 pictures. I didn't count there, but let's go the other direction, and we'll do the same thing. I guess I could have done that to begin with. Get it centered here, and here we go. So I counted there, that was 7 pictures it took for that panorama. Okay, let's go back in there, or 180 it says. Well, that makes sense. So 180, yeah, it's getting the whole horizon. So sphere, I think that's going to be a tiny planet, but let's go ahead and try it here. So so I confirmed the return to home. We're going to be fine there, but it definitely is low on battery. I believe I counted 26 pictures it took for that sphere. So let's see how close we get to the landing here again. And I'm going to go back in here, video, start video. And it's not taking the drone long to come home. In fact, you can see it turned back into green there, so we're going to be in great shape. But no point in pushing our luck. And again, yeah, so if you look at the very top there, we've got 3 minutes and, well, as it's closer now, that number's going up, but that tells you how much flight time you have left. Let me touch on that for a second so you can see it. So that tells you it's landing, how long till battery depleted, etc. So yeah, it's gonna be a ways off here, I think, this time. Well, maybe not. No, I guess I didn't have the camera all the way down. So it should pick up the camera by itself. It's looking pretty darn good. Yeah, let's look at. We might be spot on the pad here, folks. Looking a little bit off. Okay, I'm going to stop it because I don't want it to land in the dirt there. Oops. That was operator error. So I did just what I didn't want to do there. I clicked the stick the wrong way and I went into the side of that bush, but it didn't. It's not dirty, didn't hurt anything. So, yeah, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a conclusion. Hey everybody, so that was our third battery through the DJI Mini. I always want to call it the Mavic Mini. It's not. It's just the DJI Mini. And it was great. We got to try out all the intelligent flight modes, and we got to try out sport mode, flew it at top speed. We did get up to that 16 meters per second or 36 mile an hour claimed top speed. And we tried out the all three of the pano modes too. So yeah, really enjoyed that. So can't wait to charge up 3 batteries again and get this drone out again. So yeah, this concludes part 3. I will say, if you haven't missed the other 2 parts, it's worth your while to go back and look at them. Part 1, I thought I lost the drone there for a second. I've never lost a drone before, but I thought that this was going to be the time. So go back and look at part 1 and you'll see that. It's a phenomenal little product. Thank you to DJI for producing such a cool drone. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. DJI Mini 2, it's just a phenomenal product. All right, see you guys later. Bye now.